Yes, it's the first legislative victory for Joe Biden, and one that will likely be defining for his presidency, at least the beginning of his presidency, because this was a pledge of his to get the United States out of this pandemic, both health-wise and on the economy. And that's exactly what he has done there with this bill passed through Congress, passed really along partisan lines, both in the Senate and in the House. In the House just one Democrat deciding to vote against that relief bill. But this relief bill really is a much needed help for Americans. There's, of course, these $1,400 checks to individuals making less than $75,000. There's also the expansion of the $300 weekly unemployment benefits that will be running all the way through September 6th. There are also other things like the expansion of child tax credits, funding for small businesses, funding for schools, funding for local and state authorities, as well as more funding for testing and vaccination. So it's really an all-encompassing bill. And as you said, that brought some criticism from the Republicans, who say that basically the Democrats are using COVID-19 to try to push through some of their biggest progressive wishes. But for the Americans, this will bring some relief. There's a race against the clock now, of course, to get it on Joe Biden's desk. He had always asked for it to be done before March 14th. That's when unemployment benefits are going to start to run out for more than 10 million Americans. So that's why the Democrats and Joe Biden were pushing this hard to try to get this bill to his desk very quickly.
And Ketavan, today, the U.S. President Joe Biden is going to be meeting with the chief executives of Johnson & Johnson and Merck. Johnson & Johnson, of course, has that single-dose coronavirus vaccination. This as the U.S. wants to ramp up its vaccination drive by the end of May.
Yes, and Joe Biden is meeting with those executives just about a week after the Biden administration announced that it had struck a deal with the two rivals, Johnson & Johnson and Merck, to partner up in order to ramp up the production of those vaccine doses. So the two companies working together, and Joe Biden, according to several reports, will be announcing that the U.S. is going to purchase an extra 100 million doses from Johnson & Johnson. The company J&J had already said that they would be distributing 100 million doses by the end of June. These extra 100 million doses could be coming sometime in the second half of this year. This as the United States really pushing forward with that vaccination process. Right now, according to the CDC, more than 95 million doses have been administered in the United States. Nearly 33 million people now fully vaccinated in the U.S. That's about 10% of the U.S. population. Of course, Joe Biden had that goal of 100 million shots in his first 100 days. When he saw that they were ramping up, he extended that goal. He expanded that goal, and he's saying now that by the end of May, there will be enough doses available to vaccinate all Americans who can be vaccinated. The question is, will they manage to get those doses in people's arms? And will people actually take that vaccine?
Indeed.